Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to be going and covering on up all the places that you can potentially go and find the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and as well as a little bit of GPU news too as well for all the restocks from all the major retailers, the side retailers, and all that good stuff mixed on in with a little bit of international news at the very tail end for this video. And I figured for all these types of videos, these are usually my favorite ones because theoretically this should be like the one major video you have to go watch every week. And with all this information, you should at least be mostly caught on up and have a really good idea of like which places to look at, when to go look at it, and how you guys are going to go and get your consoles if you guys are still out there waiting for your next gen console. So if you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy, this usually are a little bit more on the longer side. So if you guys don't usually mind too as well. And also, hopefully you guys have a very nice holiday day today. Happy Memorial Day. Hope you guys all stay safe and get to go and relax and chill. And as also, guys, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on for the channel itself for restock news, Sony news, gaming news, or whatever. But on top of that, too, as well, we are giving out a PS5, so make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel, as well as also our second YouTube channel. Or if you guys want to follow up on Twitter for bonus entries, we'll have the Linktree link down below. If you guys would like to join up on either one of those, we have the Amazon links, which we'll go and cover on out throughout this week. If you guys want to go and check and see for the controllers or consoles, warehouse consoles, sales, whatever it is, for Amazon itself. And on top of that too as well, the Twitter and Twitch stream link down below if you guys like to go and follow. On occasion, I do like to go and tweet out the PS5 restocks if we see them, just for bonus entries you guys want to go and sub to as well for the giveaway. And of course, the Weeble. Sign up for Weeble. You deposit $100 after verify your account. You guys get like $25 for free stocks. Can just instantly go and sell it and withdraw everything if you guys would like. And of course, as well, Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. Always going to recommend that just for free random crypto mixed on in down below. Like the video just to help out other people go and find it. And without further ado, let's go dive in the video itself. So I do also want to make this quick note too as well. We touched on this earlier on today. It is Memorial Day, as I'm sure you guys probably know. This is more of a national holiday as well. So it does kind of seem like maybe at least for today, it will be a little bit more on a slower side, mainly because when it comes to a lot of employees, they do not want to have to, or from big employers, they don't want to employ the employees to go and actually have to pay extra money for a holiday and stuff like that. So at least just for today, it'll probably be a little bit more on the drier side. Unless though, and I'll probably touch on this too, we touched on this earlier on, for holiday sales, sometimes we do go and see a lot of holiday sales. I do think it does seem a little bit on the unlikely side when it comes to some of the drops going on all throughout today, but there is always a chance that even throughout today that we might actually go and see some nice Memorial Day sales. We actually have seen a lot of gaming sales going on too as well for GameStop, Best Buy, Walmart, Amazon, etc. So of course, if you guys want any of those, I may go tweet out some of those deals if we see any good ones up on Twitter itself. But some of you guys know that there could always be a little bit of a YOLO one today, but I'll just be aware it's holiday, so I know that. But let's go and actually dive in the actual rest of the week itself. So the number one major one I actually want to be on the focus for this week is going to be on Walmart. So I'm sure you guys have seen quite a bit of pieces of news when it comes to the Walmart walk-ins. We have seen multiple different confirmations of like stock arriving from PlayStation 5 consoles, Xbox news when it comes to potentially moving over to walk-ins for Walmart, PS5 walk-ins, and also the Xbox Series S walk-ins. We have been seeing a lot of big news when it comes to Walmart. They've been in the news a lot. We've been watching them a lot. And it does actually kind of seem like if I wanted to put any money on a restock going on, I'd probably say Walmart would be pretty high up there on the week for this week. Now, I will go and say also we did actually have like a pretty nice like 65% chance, I would say, throughout this week for Walmart. We did actually go and have a restock not that long ago, but we actually have been seeing a lot of those orders kind of getting like the processing and fulfillment mode. Some people are starting to get their consoles, and that usually means that whenever the stock is sorted, it does increase the likelihood of the actual drop happening throughout this week. Though we are in this kind of awkward, strange kind of state, like kind of weird spot when it comes to Walmart, because we do know that they're slowly trying to get like consoles into stores and doing trial runs for walk-ins and all of that. And as well, they also are in a little bit of a weirder restock range too as well, because they actually did a restock not that long ago, but we actually have had many times where we've had like back-to-back weeks and like every other week when it comes to Walmart. So I would go and say at least for Walmart, it does look a little bit more on the likely side, depending on how they want to do the walk-in news and all those other rumors kind of mixed on in with it in general. So some of you guys know a little bit on the higher side. Don't be too discouraged, because with holiday weekends and holiday weeks, it does kind of somewhat mess around with the flow sometimes and may also push things up a little bit farther and backward. As well, we also have seen a lot of Xbox restocks in more sporadic times when it comes to Walmart. And typically for that, we've kind of seen some stuff up on like Mondays and Tuesdays, a little bit earlier in the week when it comes to Xbox restocks for online, and also Xbox All Access restocks when it comes to Walmart. Walmart. So you guys know that Walmart's a little bit more on the sporadic side, but they do typically do a lot more of their like event restocks up on Thursdays around 2 p.m., give or take-ish, depending on the hour or so. And we usually do sometimes have a little bit of a pre-warning slash can sometimes have a video uploaded beforehand and also sometimes see live chat. So I would say you guys put the notifications on for the channel itself. Walmart does look a little bit more on the likely side, at least for this week. Now, the next one we want to go talk about is going to be on GameStop. Now, GameStop has actually been coming in very, very clutch throughout these past like 2 months of restocks. Probably one of the most consistent restocks, which is kind of funny because I do sometimes feel like these overall companies kind of go and switch on like which one's the best and worst. Like sometimes you have like a lot of good Best Buy drops for 6 weeks in a row and then they go dry, and then like Walmart goes really good for a few weeks in a row and they go dry. But GameStop has been on the train where they have been doing restocks like every week, every other week, depending on like the actual timestamps, what you're looking at. So basically, I would say that GameStop does at least have a somewhat likelihood drop chance. And it does also seem like Wednesday is more of the consistent restock times when it comes for the actual restock. So you've kind of been seeing a trend when it comes to GameStop. So maybe in the near future, we're going to maybe go and see if there's going to be a Wednesday restock, typically around like the 1 to 3 p.m. range as well, depending on how long it takes them to get their consoles in the actual stock, mess around with the website and update the website, etc. I'd probably maybe put GameStop a little bit more on the lower end, maybe like a 50-55% chance throughout this week. Mainly because they did actually do a pretty sizable restock not that long ago when it comes to the PS5 and Xbox Series X bundles. And there's based on the analytics just from a few days ago on that drop, we actually had a chance to go and see that they are fulfilling the stock. They are sending out stock, which is always really nice because they usually only sell stock when they mostly have it. So it can kind of go either way. They may want to wait one more week to build up more stock, so not going and selling like a very small restock. We've also seen a few little smaller Xbox Series X or Xbox Series S solo drops when it comes to GameStop. So they may also work in one of those throughout this week. But GameStop has been kind of clutch, so we can kind of see if they do anything throughout this week or next. I do also want to make a note on this. We actually had a lot of really big restocks last week, so it would also not surprise me that much if this week was a little bit more of a drier week, and then maybe have next week upcoming be a little bit more on the better side. I do think Walmart at least has some good likelihood going on in, at least we have that going on for us. So you guys know on that, just in case this is more of a quieter or weaker week throughout this week as well. Because we also had the Target drop that did go and happen last week as well. So it does also kind of seem like Target might be a little bit more on the lower end chance for this dropping. We have sometimes seen more consistent back-to-back drops, but I'd probably say if anything, they probably want to have more of a cool down period for at least a week on the barest minimum, so it's like a 2-week cycle, and we can kind of maybe see if we start seeing more stock movement when it comes from Target or not. But I do think Target actually has a very, very low chance of them restocking, maybe like a 10-15% if that. But at least for Target, 2 other things I'm sure you guys may have heard of. Number one, typically whenever the actual Target restock itself kind of goes and times that out, so basically after like 3 or 7 days when the actual last restock wave happened, sometimes we do go and see some sporadic Target walk-ins. So basically if there's extra stock, cancel stock, or stock that was never picked on up, we do on occasion sometimes go and see these retailers just be like, whatever, we got you, and release out stock. So we will be on the lookout for that throughout this week to see if that's a continuous trend or not. And then same thing as well with the Xbox Series X and S's are now switching from non-events, so they're not like, a hyped up like every 2-week, 3-week event when they get stock, into just whenever your local Target store gets the stock, they're just going to release the stock. So we actually have been seeing a few people getting notifications on that. A few people have been getting their consoles. And overall, at least we have been seeing some good movement for the Xbox Series X and S's. But at least when it comes to PlayStation 5s, I know that's kind of like slightly more sought after in comparison between the two. It will probably be a little more on a drier side for this week for Target unless they do the walk-ins. Best Buy. Now, I'm actually recording this video a little bit earlier on the day, so if I didn't miss like a random YOLO Monday, Memorial Day restock for Best Buy. But when it comes to Best Buy, they've actually had some very strange, all over the place dates where, funny enough, Best Buy is becoming a little bit more of a wild card. Now, Best Buy actually did go do a restock on Monday, and as you guys know, today is Monday, although a holiday, so there is actually a small chance they could even have a restock wave happening sometime in the very near future, for at least for today. Now, I don't think you guys should get your hopes up on for that, because once again, it is a Memorial Day weekend, unless they want to work in an actual sale for actual consoles, a little bit of like a hype sale for that, which then could maybe always go YOLO happen, but I do think we usually have been seeing more Best Buy news on Thursdays and Fridays. Now, Best Buy actually has restocked, I do believe, 3 weeks in a row, just on various different dates. So the likelihood of GameStop actually doing a proper restock throughout this week, I'd probably say is a little bit more on the higher end. I'd maybe put it like a nice like 60-65% chance. mainly because we've been kind of seeing once a week drops. Even back in the past, we've actually been seeing a lot of Best Buy restocks too, where they'll usually go and do like a 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, and then maybe a little bit of dry period, and 1 week, 1 week, 1 week. So it's not guaranteed exactly which day is going to be on for Best Buy, but we have been seeing a little bit on Monday, and then Thursday and Fridays are definitely the days to be on the lookout for, and that usually would be more in like the earlier portions of the day, from like 10 a.m. to maybe around 3 p.m., give or take, depending on when the restock happens, your own time zone, and all of that. And that usually does not drop too much in the late nights, but we actually have been seeing lots of random movement with it and all that good stuff as well. We also haven't really seen a really good proper Xbox restock from Best Buy from quite some time, so it's also, I think, another really big thing to be on the focus for, mainly because if they have the stock available or they've been slowly kind of building up stock for the Xboxes, then Best Buy would probably be one of really good choices to be on the lookout for all of that. So be on the lookout for that just throughout the rest of this week. It does look a bit more on the likelihood for the Xbox side. PS5, based on trends, looks kind of likely-ish, but not 100% confirmed. We do actually have some Best Buy contacts, so if we see any good information for that, we'll let you guys go and know. As well, if just ever seeing stock or stock arriving and all that good stuff. But overall, kind of least nice chances on this one. But once again, we actually did see a lot of restocks last week, so it would not surprise me if this week was a little bit more on the drier side. As well, Amazon. Now, once again, we actually did have an Amazon drop that happened last week. It did kind of seem a little bit more on the smaller side, though we did see quite a few people in the community actually go get confirmations on it, which is always very nice to go and see. I do also have a friend that works over on Amazon that I went to high school with. So basically, if I ever have a chance to go and see any cool consoles or stock showing on up, I usually like to give you guys a prep video. I did actually go and tell you guys a few days beforehand that Amazon did have stock arrive, although I was somewhat expecting a bigger restock number and also more amounts. So then you guys know up on that. So if I ever have a chance to, I always try my best to give you guys the details. And as well, we always do have the Amazon links down below. That's for like just the normal consoles, or if they go in restock or whatever. We actually did have quite a few people actually go and get their consoles from the previous PS5 drop. I've been kind of messing up my words today, don't mind me, it's just the holiday vibes. We actually did go and see a few people, even for me, just reminding people to go and check the links down below, and they actually did have a chance to get their console drops from the Amazon affiliates and all that stuff, so it's always very nice to see that. As well, we also have seen a very, very large portion of warehouse consoles kind of floating around a lot throughout this past like 5 days or so. So if you guys ever just want to go and check and see, we actually have been seeing some slightly nice, well-priced consoles when it comes to all the Amazon stuff. Just always make sure it is fulfilled by Amazon, so you're not getting scammed, because they do have the nice return policies. We do sometimes see those up for the digital and disc PS5s. As well, on a side note for that, also if you guys ever check the other retailers such as Walmart, do never buy from third parties. They're usually either scams or just very overpriced. Do not go and do that. Sometimes when you guys go check the Walmart website, they actually have like the third party sellers up on the main page. Just always remind you guys on that. So that's pretty much about it for these major big boys. It might be a little more of a drier week because once again, it is a holiday week as of even today. And as well, just also we had a lot of restocks last week. But I do also want to remind you guys too, as I mentioned this, there's probably a lot of good sales floating around. We've seen a lot of game sales, and games are going on sales. AAA games are going on sale. Best Buy, Walmart, Amazon, a lot of places are getting really good sales. So just be on the lookout for all of that, and just be aware that there is a good chance of, well, they're actually having a good game sale going on. Now, for the other little side retailers on this too, we do have Sam's Club. Sam's Club actually did go and drop a PS5 about like a week ago at this point or so. So there is a somewhat okay likelihood, especially if Walmart themselves do not go and restock throughout this week. So always be on the lookout for that in case they actually do a nice little bundle of restock. Costco, we did actually go and see an Xbox Series X bundle. We were waiting for Costco for quite some time. That actually happened last week, like late last week. So that would also maybe improve up the likelihood of some PS5 bundles coming into stock for actually Costco. So it's basically the reverse. Like Sam's Club will be probably very, very likely for an Xbox Series X bundle. And then also, like I said, for Costco has a pretty good chance for maybe a PlayStation 5 bundle. We actually did go and see a very kind of meh package from Costco that was in stock for a very long time. Mainly on that, we also saw like a weird like SSD tied to it. It was actually in stock for quite a few days. So letting you guys know that hopefully the next Costco bundle will not be really, really bad, because we just don't want to deal with you guys having to pay with overpriced bundles just get the thing for cheap if you can. But like I said, both of those, be on the lookout for those. Xbox from Sam's Club, PS5 from Costco. As well, Anton Line. They've always said they're going to be doing at least once a week drops. Last week, they had a little bit of a lame drop. I was somewhat expecting it to maybe go and be a proper normal restock of either a PS5 bundle or Xbox bundle. They only did an Xbox Series S, which is a little bit on the sadder side. I will go be honest on that. But just letting you guys all know in general that they are probably going to at least go work in maybe a PlayStation 5 bundle or Xbox Series X bundle throughout this week. They said it before. They've been very consistent, at least once a week. So I'll just be on the lookout for them in case they go do a proper restock. That's usually more earlier in the day. Sam's Club is usually more late at night. Costco is more earlier in the day. And then typically as well, Anton Line's also earlier in the day too as well. Like if it's past like 5 p.m., you're not going to get anything off of that as well. When it comes to some other stuff, Newegg, we actually did go and see quite a few Newegg PS5s and Xboxes in the shuffles last week. As per usual, throughout Monday through Saturday, they usually do have some nice shuffles. Always recommend you guys trying to get on in, especially if there is a PS5 on there, mainly because I want you guys to get your consoles ASAP and try your best. And Newegg is a very reputable retailer, although, and I also do like the shuffle system, they do actually have mixed in with that. As well, PS Directs. We've actually had some very, very dry periods of the PS Directs throughout the past 3 weeks or so. We actually have been mostly getting at least one per week, which is always very, very nice to go and see. So thank you, Sony, for that. Just want to remind you guys that typically we've been seeing more of like a Tuesday, Thursday date, and usually maybe sometimes a Wednesday, Monday on a very small chance all throughout today, kind of on the unlikely side though, because once again, it is a Memorial Day weekend, more of a federal holiday, so it's like, you just don't want to pay the extra employees, I've said it before, but letting you guys know that we actually have still been seeing the PS Directs, but after every single last PS Direct, we have never actually had a proper PS Direct without the email warnings, which is like the pre-buy sale. So make sure you guys do actually have your promotional tab signed on up. If you guys are trying to go get your console, make sure you guys allow that from your actual PlayStation account. Make sure you guys have a PlayStation account, and you guys should hopefully be all good to go when it comes to that. So yeah, just be on the lookout for that. We usually have them again at least once a week, give or take it. And those are also always pretty good because you literally buy from Sony, 2-day shipping, retail price. Very, very nice. I 100% always try my best to tweet those on out. So make sure you guys follow the Twitter, whether it's for the giveaway or whatever. And also try to do community posts to make sure you guys have the notifications on, so you guys know on that. As well, GameFly actually has not restocked in quite some time. It did also kind of seem like they were doing like a every other week type of cycle. So make sure you guys either have your GameFly subscriptions, or as well, you guys just go be on the lookout for GameFly itself. They actually have a pretty okay price bundle, like a Spider-Man bundle, and they've been kind of slowly changing on some other bundles with like Returnal bundles. So it's always kind of nice to be on the lookout for that. So GameFly is always big thumbs on up. As well, we also have not seen a Kohl's restock in quite some time. We'll be trying our best to kind of keep that a little bit more on our like thought process. I don't know how they ever get consoles, but they sometimes do. And of course, military. We actually have been seeing more military restocks and walk-ins. We'll touch on walk-ins in a second. But at least for military stuff, we've been seeing a lot more consoles floating around on online orders, on occasional walk-ins. Now for walk-in stuff too as well, we've always kind of touched on this. BJ's has been having stock slowly floating around. You guys have probably been seeing a lot of the walk-in or in the early morning videos. But BJ's actually did have some stock show up on North Carolina. We also had quite a few confirmations in New York. So we'll try to see our best to see if we see any more stock floating around throughout the next few weeks or so. This next upcoming week is whatever. Xbox Series S's are floating around a lot in Walmart and also for Myers. So if you guys ever want to go walk into the stores and go get your consoles there, highly, highly recommend it. Mainly because it's just walk in, walk out, easy peasy, and hopefully we'll be seeing more of the better, higher end consoles in the near future with the Xbox and all that good stuff, which is very, very nice as well. Myers, we do keep on seeing very sporadic amounts of actual stock showing around every now and then. Nothing super crazy when it comes to stock though, but at least on the bright side, we maybe have a chance to go and see more of them showing up in the near future. And we'll definitely let you guys know we have quite a few Myers contacts floating around when it comes to all of us trying to get our consoles for you guys. And very much lastly, Fred Meyer's and Kroger's, we've been seeing little baby bits and pieces of people getting consoles every now and then, but nothing super crazy as of these past few weeks. But at least we know that they actually have been stocked and we've been on stock for a while. So that's pretty much it for the walk-in stuff. We will probably be having a lot more dedicated videos for all of that whenever we do see more confirmed consoles showing around. We also have been seeing a few other places such as like the local game card shops getting their consoles, as well. We've also been kind of seeing a lot more of them also from even like weirder places like furniture stores and third-party stuff. So at least the consoles overall are becoming a little bit more on the likely end to go and see and go and buy, which is always very, very nice. And then lastly, the UK just had a very, very large amount of consoles showing around. So probably a bit more on the drier side for the UK. China, we're still waiting to go and see how their first initial restock waves go. India did go and have like pretty much all of their major retailers go and restock their consoles. So very, very good news out for all the Indian boils over well. We've also been seeing a few more Canadian restocks happening in the past few weeks. So very, very nice as well. But that's about it for this video. It might be a little bit more of a drier week as I mentioned, but at least we do have some good potentials, some leads, and of course I'll keep on uploading individual videos whenever you do get more individual updates, whether it's from employees or contacts or other restock people out there. So if you guys will go and sit back, relax, and enjoy all those videos whenever you guys go and see them. But like I said, enjoy the rest of your holidays, enjoy the rest of your weekend, enjoy the rest of your bonus day off. Please make sure you guys are all safe. Check out some game sales if you guys are curious, because we have been seeing a lot of those floating around. And of course, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well. Make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys get the actual PS5 giveaway entries on, and use the Linktree links down below. We have the actual Amazon links down below, as we mentioned, for warehouse sales, consoles, restocks, or whatever. The Twitter and Twitch stream, if you guys want to follow, either or. And of course, the Weeble. Sign up for Weeble. Deposit $100. You guys go get free stock and free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you guys up on the next video. And I hope you guys will have a really good week and get your consoles. If not, I got you guys for next week. I love you guys all so much. I'll see you guys up on the next one.